Hello everyone. So once again, good evening. So I missed the last week's stock picks because of some business or some personal matters, but it doesn't matter because what matters is today and this week. So for this week, I have here nine stocks. All right, nine stock picks. Let me check if this one's recording, right? Nine stock picks no that I have picked using the um, all the indicators that we've discussed in the stock strat series webinar. So that's the webinar that I'm teaching. So it's a paid webinar for those of you who are really interested to know more about the stock market, if or how can that you can be better with your trades using those indicators. Yeah, for the meantime, let's check first the PSE. Right, for the PSE, we are currently seeing a downtrend at this point, right there. All right, then yeah, there's a high volume at this levels right here. Then the RSI, if you are going to plot the RSI 50 around this area, so it's still playing or still below the RSI 50. So for the PSEI, there is not much movement yet. All of these three indicators, 20, 50, 100 day EMA are on a downtrend. So we are about to see a long red days. All right, let's check if we can consider this as the next um, support line for the PSEI. All right, then for the rest of the stocks, stay tuned and watch this video until the end so you will learn what are the stocks that I'm considering that maybe you are considering as well, or you can consider some of them, focus on them for you to trade them or invest in them. So watch this video out. All right, so for most of you who haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. So I'm trying to make weekly, all right, weekly to twice a week, thrice a week videos related to stock market and personal finance. Okay, let's start. I have here TEL. This is arranged based on Friday's performance, Friday's volume, volume. Right, as we can see here, for the MACD of TEL, it is now crossing or about to cross the signal line here. Then I think it will test the resistance line around this area at around one. Let me just check. Maybe around 139, 1392, around that area. No, the RSI is doing good. No, it's on an uptrend, and it is above 50 level, so that's a good sign. The volume is nice. No, let me just enhance the volume color. Let's use 35. Yeah, and for this one, 35 din natin. Okay. So by the way, I'm using again the EMA 20, 50, 100. Then later, yeah, we can also add the 200-day EMA. So there. So the possible or the next resistance line that I can see for TEL is it's quite far. So the stock can be considered if it breaks out from the resistance line. No, maybe this one is the short-term resistance line. Then the next one that I can see is around this area na yan. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, because of this point here. All right. Then let me check if we can use the Fibonacci here to see the retracement of TEL. Using this one, low point to this point. Yeah, we can consider it the stock that has has been or has retraced. Yeah. Bear with me, I'm enhancing my English skills kasi ngayon puro tayo we are bound here at home, MECQ, ECQ, so we are just home practicing one language anyway. So it retraced at around 38 area right here, no, using also the 100 MA as its support. So maybe the stock could rally up even more. Next we have ICT. For ICT here, no, so we can see all of the EMAs has interchange, or at this point we are just waiting for the 100 EMA to be crossed by the 50 EMA. The volume are very, very nice at this point. I'm just sharing with you one of my favorite strategies as well. The diagonal resistance line has been broken, supported by a gap up volume. Earnings is quite flat or -3. MACD, no, above 50 already. So we are looking at ICT now. The next possible resistance line or area could be around this point, no, or these areas. The next one could be somewhere around maybe this area right there. Oh yeah, let me add first the risk management before I forget. So the retracement for this one could be going back here, no, at around -5%. Why? Because I consider this one as its support level. Right. For the TEL, let me check where can we plot the support. Now maybe around here at the 23% or the 20-day EMA, we can use that as its support. That's around 3% only. So next, Merrimart has been moving slowly lately. So for this one, I'll be using a 1 hour chart. No, so we can have a more farther basis. No, so for this one, the MACD has crossed here last July. No, then we can draw an uptrend right here. Where can we plot the uptrend? Let me try to plot it. If I plot it here, yeah, it's still possible, right? Right here. Then here, no, the MACD is doing good. RSI 50, no, playing around 50. The next possible resistance line we can see for Merrimart could be this area maybe, and this area. So that's around, I think for this one the movement will be quite big because the stock is still, the price is still small. Like for instance, up to this point 1, it's quite small pala. This one is 10. Now the risk management for this one, cut loss, could be around here at the 100-day EMA. So maybe right here it serves as a resistance line, resistance, breakout from the resistance. Now the 100 EMA has turned into support. So tingnan natin, let's see. Right here, that's at around -4% for the risk management or cut loss levels for the MM. For the URC, ano ba URC? Yeah, URC ito. No? It has been rallying. Kaya pala naka 1 hour. Yeah, for the day, I think this was triggered by its earnings, 76%, 'di ba? Out of all the companies, sila yung mostly na malaking earnings, especially it's a conglomerate, no? MACD is good, RSI above 50. So two indicators agreeing with this one. Volume wise, no? Then we can see I cannot plot here the diagonal resistance line. Maybe here at this area there's a strong support maybe around that area because of this one, this area, and this area, right? Or we can consider the 100-day EMA as its support. No? There's a false breakout here. Then here we could hope that the stock could break out at around 135. Then the next resistance line will be around this area at 149, supported by these prices. As you can see, if you I remember a question a while ago in the free stock strats webinar, no? Earlier I've discussed the basic trend lines, no? All of these things that we are discussing here, moving averages, no? There was one question that the trend line, or I answered it as the trend line must be expanded or extended, no? I emphasize that one because as you can see this one, no, if you extend these areas right here, no, it will be touched by these points prices, so as this one, diba? It's really obvious, no, for the price. Risk management for this one, maybe you could cut loss at around here, 100-day EMA, 4%, no, for the URC. Next, we have Mark. This is quite a strange or medyo unusual stock, but yeah, let's try to analyze this one. Here, there's an initial trend that was formed. Resistance line can be formed here, can be seen around this area. Let me just backtrack this one. Yeah, then there's a bump and run. Here, bump. So, yeah, let's see that one. Let's also use the MACD is very nice, no? It's very nice. Volume. There's a huge volume last Friday. Then RSI, no? This is some RSI that means that if you bought or if it is oversold already, it doesn't necessarily mean that the stock can go down, no? But most of the time, that's the scenario. Now, for this trend, here's the trend of Mark. As you can see, it went up and went down. It went up by 12%, it went down by 5%. Now, here it went up by 18%. So, for me, I think tomorrow it will go down, but eventually the stock can still rally up or move up. So, let's check the 200-day MA. So, it's still about to cross the 200-day MA, but for the other 3 MAs, it's already doing a good move. No? The risk reward for this one, I mean the risk is quite big. No? So, maybe let me just pull this a little bit higher. Right here. Or let me just check the Fibonacci here at this point and this point. So it retraced at around 61%. Then the next 38% can serve as its next resistance line for the breakout. Let's check the history of this one. No? What's the past prices, or what they usually say as the DNA. Like for this one, there's a good resistance line here. There's a strong support at that area. No? So let's check tomorrow, no, for this. Next, we have nickel. Nickel has been rallying for a few days, no? here, let me just share with you my not maybe a mistake here. No, I would like to share with you my mistake here. Initially the plan was, yeah, my strategy was to buy a breakout from the diagonal resistance, then I bought it at this area. Now I waited for the price at this level, no, so it went out to around break even areas, no. I think what I did was, I mean, I'm sure that I sell it or sold it at around that area, but I really don't know, or parang kinalimutan ko na the reason why I sold it at this area. Because why? Um, if I bought it here, then the stock is here. I'm still gaining around 1% or break even because of the taxes and commission. Now, I should have sold it at around this area, now where I'm totally lost or losing by around 3%. But what happened, it retraced back to its the original resistance line. No, the resistance turned support. So that's the scenario here. No? Imagine if I didn't cut it at around area, I should have gained now by around 40%. Oh, well, that's quite heartbreaking. Anyway, that's lessons learned. Okay. Maybe I'll make a video for this one, no. Um, Maybe after nickel has been already, or the rally is already over. No, let's see. Anyway, so I think nickel will still continue to go up, maintaining its momentum. No, let's clear all the indicators here. No, there's what we call bump and run, which I'm discussing on the paid webinars. This point, yeah, there's a resistance level maybe at around this area. If the mining sector still will still be good next week, the next possible resistance line we can see for nickel will be let's check here, no. What's the basis for this one? These areas right there, no. So there's a big upside potential for nickel. Let's check. Here up to this point, oh, 25% pa yun, no? And the risk management for this one, maybe you could use the 20 EMA, but it's quite far, no? Or maybe you could use this the support line that we have, no? But it's quite huge, no? 7%. How much? Ito 3%. Mga bagsak niya, -5, -2. So it's correcting at a retracing or at a minimal level. Next, we have HPH. We still have 3, CHP and APX. For HPH, news has been all over that the HPH or ACE-N, no? ACE-N na siya, coming days, no? Has been acquiring a lot of or partnering a lot in abroad, no? So dito check natin, let's try to plot the resistance line. There's a strong resistance line here, no, that has been finally break out, no, or broken out. Support here, no, MACD is good, RSI is doing good as well, no. The possible resistance line that I can see for this one is maybe this point, no, and the next one will be around this point, no. Let's check what's the highest price of this ACE-N. Oh, I think that's the all-time high, no? Oh yeah, so it's nearing its all-time high, so it's possible that this stock could rally. Let's hope, no, that there are some good news about this one. The cut loss area you can go or you can do will be around maybe here, 8%. Ay, wait lang, naka-week pala. I'm on a weekly time frame. Cut loss could be around maybe around this area, 4-5%. Let's try to use Fibonacci, this area. This point, here, up to here. So, still retracing at around 38% for this area. So, possible area for it to rest for a while, then continue to rally up if it will rally up. Next, we have CHP. Now, for CHP, MACD is very noticeable. Volume is doing good. Then finally, yeah, the RSI has been above the 50. No? Let's just wait for this to cross over above the 100-day EMA, no? Because for this one, anyway, you could trade this one like for this move before, no? If you buy on a breakout, of course you cannot sell. I mean, if you sell it at this point, why? Because of the resistance, you have gained 8%. If not, back to 2%, no? The DNA, that's one thing that you should consider as well. The DNA of this one is that it's going high and going down a little, diba? So for this one, we're a bit cautious of where could the stock go, no? Yeah, there's a strong support resistance line around this area. Maybe the next possible price would be around the 100-day EMA or at this point, 1.13. Risk management, maybe the 20 EMA or around 5%. Lastly, we have APX. For the APX, no, just like nickel, this has been rallying really nice. This point and this point. Yan, so ganda ng run niya, no? MACD is good, no? RSI, yan, above 50 pa rin, no? So let's check the 200-day EMA of this one. See, all of the moving average are favoring upward movement of this stock. So that's a good sign for those people who has APX. Now, let's see the possible resistance line for APX. Let's check. Maybe around this area. No? It's hard to predict, but you can just range it, no? Kung baga, tatansyahin mo lang. Yan. So, there you go, the movement of APX, no? Support or risk management, medyo malaki, no? If you will use this one, the gap up, so that would be around -4. This one, no? The gap up. Yeah. Alright, so I guess that's it, no? It's quite a long tawag dito? Plenty of stocks, no? We have 9 stocks that has been discussed in detail, no? Dinetalya natin 'yan, no? Hindi naman dahil I missed last week stock strats or the stock picks. It doesn't mean that I have to choose a lot, but there's a good stocks really that was showing signs that it can go up despite that the market is or the Philippines is on a recession or it's going down, no? So yeah, again, don't forget, no, let me just plug my upcoming webinar. So it's on August 29, Saturday. It's a whole day. You can register now. I'll post the link on the description box. So that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching and stay safe and God bless. Thank you.
Pwede ka na mag-isip-isip kung technical yan naman. Yes. Ibig sabihin, ito yung resistance niya, yung brake niya. Hindi mo to alam kung wala kang technical structure. Unlike dito kapag bumili.
Tapos pag bumili ka dyan, tapos pag
Dito?
nag-ano siya ng paakyat, hindi ka na magpapakyan.
Pwede. There's a trend, di ba? May line dito eh. Again, kanina yun yung resistance, di ba? Na alam nila hanggang dito lang yung price, kaya bibenta na sila.